Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be showing you how to play Ludo. Okay, as you can see, my Ludo board is set up here. There are 4 different colors. There is one blue, there is one red, there is one yellow, and there is one green. Normally when you play Ludo, you normally would play by a friend or with 3 other people, such as whoever they may be. So what I'm going to be doing now is I will be setting up the pieces red, blue, green, yellow. Each section will have 4 pieces inside the box. So as you can see, in one box there are 4 red counters inside the box so far, and we're gonna do the same for the green box, for the yellow box, and for the blue box. So now as you can see, we've got all 4 counters for the red, all counters for the blue, all counts for the green, and all counters for the yellow. So right now I'm going to show you how to play and what things you will need. First off, you will need a dice. So say for instance I was starting the game and my counter was red. What I would do first is roll the dice. I'll get a 1. Now the way a counter can come out is by rolling a 6. So if I roll a 6 now and I start with the red, this can come out as 1 here. So say for instance I rolled a 6 and I got this out. So I roll a 6 and the counter is out of the box. What I can then do is you can roll again. So if it's your turn first and you've got rolled a 6, you can roll again. So if I got a 6 right now and I roll again, and what is it? Not cheating here, it's a 4. So what I can do now is I can move this counter 4 times here. So it was going to be around there. So then it will be the other person's turn, such as now for yellows. So if I roll the dice for yellows now, it's a 5. So yellows won't be able to move. So then it'll move on to greens. Or let me roll the dice for greens. I get a 6. Now because right now I get a 6, one of these green counters can come out and they can start playing the game. So I roll it again. Sorry, let me roll that again. It wasn't on point. So now it's a 1. This green can move by 1 to the right. I did there. So I've done 1 for red, 1 for green, and now it'll be the blue turn. And that'll be a 5. So then the blues won't be able to move and it'll go back to the reds and so on. So let's just see what happens again when I roll the red dice. Just for one more time. It'll be moved to a 1. And I want to show you something else. Right, as you can see now, I can say this as an example. Say for instance there have been no kills so far in this game. To get to your own house, you will need to kill at least 1 of the other opponents. So if you were yellow and you were to attack the green, all the yellows that come out can eventually go home and just be saved from the game, and that yellow does not need to participate anymore in the game. For instance, I was the red now and I rolled the dice and it was a 2. Or you know what, because I got a 2, let's do it for the yellows for instance, and I do 1, 2. This red will have to go back to this position, but for this red to be back again you would need to roll a 6, and you would need to if you've attacked someone before, you will not need to kill someone with this counter, such as this one. This can just go around and come home and be safe. So this counter is no longer in use. Now say for instance I was the red and I've had 2 options right here. I roll the dice like that, and if it's a 6, let's just roll again and it's a 1. So in that in mind, what I can do is, you don't have to use 1 to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. You can change it around. You can do 1 here and you can do 6 there. Okay, but all the time when you play Ludo, you need to be really smart on what choices you make on the board. You need to be clever if there are, opponents behind you or in front of you, and you need to look at every single counter before you make a move when you roll the dice. Who's behind you, who's ahead of you. And remember, if this counter did get a 6 you can't play the game Ludo as this. You can't play it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are gone. 6. You can't do that. You need to get the exact number and where the position of the other counter is on the board. So say for instance I got a 5 here. Let's just put that back here. 5 there. I can attack this successfully. Why? Because it's because I rolled a 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the same numbers rolled for that to be out of the game, if that makes more sense. Another move you can do is, so say for instance I roll a 3, such as that. Oops, I've dropped the dice. But what I can do with this counter is I can move it here. So what happens now is if the yellows roll, and if say for instance the yellows were here and they rolled a 3 and they wanted to make a choice of moving it here with the reds, these reds are no longer gone. Why? Because there's this rule in Ludo where if there was 2 reds or 3 greens in one space, one yellow can't, or one green is not strong enough to attack. It's like they're shielding each other away. Allow the reds to be safe. So if you were the reds, you could be relieved, because if there was one red, then yeah, it would make sense. But if there were 2 or 3 or even 4, in my whole lifetime when I've played Ludo, even when if there was 4 counters here, that yellow could still not attack any of the red. Why? Because it's a shield. The first person to have all 4 counters at their home, meaning they only need to go clockwise once, that means they will win the game. And by saying they'll win the game, they will become first and will be winners. It doesn't mean the game finishes. You can still have 2nd, 3rd or 4th places in the game, but it's just up to you whether to decide that. If there were any questions about Ludo, please leave it in the comment box and I'll just see your replies. I'll try and reply to you. If you're unsure, ask me any questions that I never went through and I'll go through them. Anyway guys, I hope you've all enjoyed today's video that I've done. Sorry about if it might be a bit boredom if you do not care about Ludo, but yeah, hopefully next week there'll be more vlogs, more fun stuff that I'm going to be doing. I've just run out of ideas really, and I just thought, why not Ludo? And like I said in my introduction, there will be videos where will be boring, there'll be videos that'll be really exciting. Make sure you follow me on the socials that I've mentioned in the previous video. Instagram Daniel64, on Reddit Daniel Idris 1234, and yeah, hopefully next video will be a brilliant video that I do. It might be a bit more going outside, and I think it will be that way as well. Maybe and hopefully. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, take care of yourselves.
And gang might pull up with a stick. You can call us the brand new wizards. I don't really know what it is, but gang love raking numerous figures. Bust down watching a chain with a showing unexpected blizzards. And I can't wait to shine in, so call us advancing winners.